As product managers and product owners, we make countless decisions, from shaping the product strategy to capturing the right user stories. But do we make all these decisions effectively? And do we always secure the necessary buy-in? Imagine that you're running a collaborative product road mapping workshop to which you've invited the key stakeholders and development team members. At the end of the session, you ask, is everybody okay with the roadmap changes? Nobody says anything, and so you assume that everyone agrees, and you close the meeting. But in reality, most people are still thinking about the changes that you've proposed. To make things worse, it's not clear who has the final say on the changes. Is it you, the person in charge of the product, everyone attending the meeting, or the management sponsor? But if you want people to move forward together, they must understand who decides and if a decision has been made. In this video, I'll show you how to do this using 5 decision rules. I'm product management expert Roman Pichler, and I've helped product people make effective decisions since 2004. The first decision rule I'd like to share with you is called unanimity. Deciding by unanimity means that everyone who's required to make the decision supports the proposed solution. Nobody is indifferent or disagrees. Unanimity therefore creates strong buy-in and shared ownership. That's particularly helpful when the stakes are high and you make an important strategic decision, such as setting the product vision and creating a new product strategy. On the downside, it can take a comparatively long time to reach unanimity. You have to develop mutual understanding, evaluate competing suggestions, and come up with a decision everybody is happy with. Your second option is to use consent as the decision rule. Consent is the absence of objections. A decision is made when nobody disapproves. People might not be super excited about it, but they are okay with the decision. To apply this rule, first share a proposal and then ask everyone to state if they agree or disagree without pressurizing them in any way. And if there are any objections, then rework the proposal until everyone involved in the decision-making process can live with it. I recommend that you use consent when a good enough decision is sufficient. Remember the product roadmap story I shared earlier? Using consent would have been a great way to understand if the meeting attendees agree with the roadmap changes. Majority vote is the third decision rule I want to discuss. As its name suggests, it means that more than half of the individuals have to agree with a solution. Applying this rule is simple and comparatively fast. You discuss a proposal and ask people to cast their votes. The drawback is that it creates a win-lose situation. The minority can feel frustrated and be unwilling to support the decision. I therefore recommend that you use this rule only for low-impact decisions, for example, to select a sprint goal. Decision rule number 4 is called decide after discussion. You share a proposed solution with the stakeholders and development team members and ask them to state their views and concerns. Once everyone's been listened to, you, the person in charge of the product, make the decision. You essentially consult the stakeholders and development team members and retain the control over the decision. This allows you to leverage people's expertise while speeding up the decision-making process. On the downside, their buy-in may be weak and they may not support your decision. They might even oppose it, especially if they feel that their needs were not properly considered. And if the decision turns out to be wrong, then people may regard it as your mistake and your problem. I therefore recommend that you apply this rule very carefully. Use it when a decision must be made fast, for instance, in a crisis, or when you've failed to reach agreement using a more inclusive approach like unanimous agreement or consent. The fifth and final decision rule is delegation. You should delegate a decision if others are better qualified to decide or if your input is not needed. For example, you typically expect the development team to take care of all technical decisions, but you might also delegate decisions relating to refining user stories to the team, assuming that the team members have the appropriate knowledge and are happy to take on this task. Delegation ensures that the best qualified people decide, and it can lighten your workload. You don't spend more time making decisions than you have to. What's more, it shows that you trust people and value their expertise. These were 5 common approaches to make product decisions and secure support from the stakeholders and development team members. I hope that you found my advice helpful. To learn more about making effective product decisions, attend my workshops and read my book, How to Lead in Product Management. Thank you for watching.